I'm sick of mine. Are you sick of yours? Just what am I talking about? Luke chapter 17 verse 6, y'all. Yes, it's Bible story time again. So that verse says, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you can say to this sycamine tree, be pulled up by the roots and be planted into the sea, and it would obey you. Now, some Bibles will say mulberry tree, but it's the same thing. Now, what do you think Jesus is talking about there? You think he's talking about our problems? Maybe, but I think we need to go back to verse 3 to see what he was talking about before. Let's get some context. So verse 3 says, take heed to yourselves. If your brother sins against you, rebuke him, and if he repents, forgive him. And of course, we know the popular verse 4 that says, and if he sins against you 7 times in a day, and 7 times in a day returns to you, saying, I repent, you shall forgive him. All right, so that's a lot of times, don't you think? Anyways, I like how Jesus likens the sycamine tree to bitterness and unforgiveness, because he's talking about that you have to forgive. And then the disciples are asking, well, how do we get that much faith to forgive? And that's when he says verse 6, which is like, if you have the faith the size of a mustard seed, you can do it. So that's all the faith you need to forgive, all right? So let me tell you a few fun facts about the sycamine tree. You know, maybe they're not so fun. First of all, it was grown in the Middle East, and it looks similar to the fig tree, but the fig tree was for rich people, and the fruit from the fig tree was good. The fruit from the sycamine tree or the mulberry tree was bitter, so only poor people could eat that, all right? So now another thing about this tree is that it was the preferred wood for them to use to make caskets. So I feel like if we harbor bitterness and unforgiveness, we are causing death on ourselves. Maybe it might not be physical death right away, but it could be because, you know, bitterness and stuff makes you sick, right? But it definitely causes spiritual death, you know? So we don't want to harbor that bitterness and unforgiveness. Another thing about the sycamine tree is that it is not naturally pollinated. It is actually pollinated by the sting of a wasp. That's why sometimes when people hurt us, we can feel the sting of the hurt, okay? So again, we're back to making sure that we are forgiving the people in our lives, no matter what it takes. You all know I have to work on that myself. And sometimes all you can do is pray about it and forgive that person from a distance. And sometimes it might be somebody that you want to have a relationship with in your life, and you may have to be the first one to pick up the phone and make that phone call and say, hey, what's going on? I forgive you, man. Let's move on. Let's move past this. So that's my little lesson for the day, okay? The sycamine tree. That's why I say, I'm sick of mine. Are you sick of yours? I'm sick of my problems. So it is August the 8th. Today is what? Tuesday, August the 8th. And we've been dealing with bathtub issues again. The stuff that we put in it, when we put the tape in the bathtub, it held the crack where the tape was covered, but the crack kept spreading. You know how cracks go. So Joe would put more tape, then later on he went and he bought the paint that you paint on. This is all that, what's that thing called, Joe? It's as seen on TV. I did a review on it. And so later on he went and he got the one that sprayed from the tin, and none of that's working. So he's taking everything off of the tub, stripping it bare, and then he's going to buy the resin off of Amazon where he can actually fix the fiberglass, because the tub is fiberglass. And the reason why it's breaking is because the way the bathroom is set up, there's like a portion of it that's concrete, because my floors are concrete, and then there's a portion that's just loose dirt, just like regular dirt. And if you step on that part that's dirt and the dirt move for some reason, it'll crack. So I think we need like some type of cast iron or metal tub for that bathroom in the future, and not a fiberglass one. No, the reason that we're having to fix it, even though the tubs are, you know, kind of cheap enough, is because when we change that tub, we're going to have to rip out the wall, because this house is so abnormal that nothing that they make nowadays fit, and so you have to like dig things out to make it fit and stuff. So that's why it's not going to be a small expense of just the tub. It's actually having to retile the whole area. So that's what we're dealing with today. So Joe, you're getting ready to go to work?
Don't worry, I'll be out of here.
Wait, I don't want you to leave it. I don't want you to leave it. One second. Or the camera's blurry. What do you see, Josh? Camera's clear?
Looks fine to me.
Why am I seeing blurry? Am I hungry? Anyways, go back to this morning, Joshua. Tell me what happened.
So, I was going to block and colors for a character. You know, just put down the flat colors. And as soon as I start to clean up the stuff outside the lines, power goes out.
Okay, so let me stop. You're an artist and you draw, but you draw digitally. So you're doing this on your computer.
Yeah.
So the power goes out. All right.
So I can't do anything without power. It goes out, and so it's out for the rest of the night. It goes out about 4:30.
George said it was 3:30.
3:30? Oh yeah, okay, 3:30. Yeah.
That's how late this guy's up.
He's right. 3:30. It goes out 3:30, so there's nothing I can do. So I, go to bed. Good thing our phones still have a wireless internet. So I checked if it was the power outage. Yeah, it says power's out there.
Where did you go check that?
Edison.
Oh, they have like a Edison.com. Yeah, you go check that. Okay.
You just put in your zip code, and it'll be like a giant exclamation mark. It says it's out. And it'll read like, oh, it's down.
See, I never knew that. And whenever there's a power outage, I usually call.
Yeah. It said it'd be back up at like 5, but it took until 5:30. So I wake up and I go, and I'm at the same point again where I'm gonna go clean up the skin. Power goes out again. I'm just like, I don't care anymore.
No, I have a little joke that I want to tell in the form of a little story. So there's this story that goes where Jesus and the devil, they were working on a project like in Word, right? On the computer. And they're like typing and that's, going. And so then the power went out. But after a while, the power came back on. And then the devil's over there pulling out his hair because he didn't find none of his document because it got lost when the power went out. And so then he looked at Jesus, and Jesus was over there printing off his stuff. Tell them why, Josh.
Because Jesus saves.
So anyways, I didn't know about the power outage because I was asleep. And when I woke up this morning and I was frantically calling Edison and everything, and Joshua woke up, I said, why didn't you wake and tell me that there was power outage and that it was going to come back on at 5:30? And he goes, why would I wake you at 3:30 in the morning so you can suffer in the heat like the rest of us did? Because you were sleeping peacefully. I'm like, oh, what a sweet son.
Jory woke up because of the heat.
Jory woke up at 4 o'clock because Jory can't stand the heat. He gets vicious. And he went to the gym where there was air conditioning. That's where I would have landed if it had gotten worse.
Right.
So I woke up at 5 to go to the bathroom. I didn't notice that there was any, lights out or whatever, because I think the only thing that would tell me is the little thing on the TV, right? The little red button. Yeah. Or maybe the clock. But I didn't pay attention to none of that. Went straight to the bathroom. And I always light my way with my phone anyways. Like that. Went to the bathroom. Came back out. Put the heating pan to put on my shoulder. Because I'm still taking care of the shoulder, you guys. If I move my arm too much behind me like that, the shoulder will flare up. So I'm still babying the shoulder. So I have to put heat in the morning when I first wake up, because that makes it supple. And then throughout the day, I put ice and stuff. So I put the heating thing on. It didn't want to come on. So I'm figuring that the cord, the extension cord behind the bed, maybe the bed is pressing too close to it and kind of knocked it out again. So I'm like, oh, whatever. So then I felt warm, not hot, but warm. So I looked up to the fan and I didn't really hear it spinning. So I put my little phone again and it's not spinning. Turn off my fan. And so I got up and I went to the light switch and I flipped the switch for the fan and it was already on. I'm like, oh crap, there's no power. I'm like, did I pay the bill? Oh my God, I started to freak out.
No, I knew it wasn't the bill at night because it came back for like a split second and then died.
I wish he would have told me, because I'm lost with what bills are not paid, from what bills have extensions and stuff. So I went over here, got the light bill. Thank God it's always, handy right here in my little bills thing that I keep. And I called and I reported an outage, and they didn't say, fool, you didn't pay the bill. So I'm like, okay, good. Good. Then I looked out through the window and I saw all my neighbors were dark. And so then it was 5:30 by then and Joe was still asleep, and I'm like, why should he get to sleep? So I went in there and I woke him up. And I said, hey, we have blackout. Get up. And so he got up and we opened up the door, and then right at about 5:30, the lights came back. But then what Joshua was telling you guys about the second time around was about what? What time was that, Josh? Noon?
Yeah.
Like around noon. It just went out again for 10 minutes. So Jory said when he left at 4 in the morning to go to the gym, there was a guy on the pole working in the box or something. So Joshua said the site said it was for maintenance. I wish they would have told us.
And not in summer. How would we do that in the winter?
Yeah, do maintenance in the winter. And I have ice cream in that freezer, so I was fixing to go eat that there ice cream, because nothing's gonna waste in this house. What? We dispo and stuff going back? We gonna eat this stuff.
I forgot about the stuff in the fridge.
Yeah, so do we have that thing with the internet box where if the power dies, we still have?
That was the other internet.
That was with Uverse?
Yeah.
Oh crap. Uverse has the type of box where
Plus
if
it
the
died.
power dies, it
Plus
still
the
goes
battery-
2 hours?
The battery itself.
Oh, the
is
battery
dead.
died? Okay.
The battery itself is dead.
Yeah, so all we have, what's going like that? All we have is the internet on our phone because we have endless internet because we have DirecTV and AT&T. DirecTV is, well, I guess AT&T owns DirecTV now.
Yeah, they bought
So we
them.
had DirecTV first, that when they were separate, then we have AT&T for the cell phone, and I guess they bought it over, so they're like, hey, because you're customers to both, you get unlimited internet on your phone. So praise God. But they will, what do they call it, Josh? Toggle you? What's
Throttle.
the word? Throttle. They will throttle you at 20 gigs.
For the phone, I don't mind being throttled for the phone because I don't download anything big on the phone, so who cares? Just-
I don't notice it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stop it.
Go put on your headphones at the computer.
What is he watching on his phone that is so darn important? Did you all see this crazy man, the two crazy men with the bad haircuts? And one is like threatening to kill us, and the other one is threatening to get us killed. You know, he gonna come with this, oh, you gonna be met with fire and power and might and force. And what he think? This is the Bible days? You know, when you can get up and, you know, you blink and God put more soldiers on your side than on the other side, he gonna get us killed. Y'all, he gonna get us killed. We gotta be praying. I guess this is what the pastors wanted when they put him in office, right? They wanted us to be on our knees all day long, praying and giving them the money for fear. You know, because that's why some people give the money to the churches, because they're fearful. Give it to the church and then God not going to slay my kids or not going to burn my house down or let the crazy man rule us. You know what I mean? So anyways, it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I better go do something for something to me. All right? That's a Creole. Do something for something to you. Look how they carry your car. Look how they carry your car. You guys, Joshua and Jade are heading out to GameStop, but they're taking the Grand Prix. Tracy, thank you. Tracy, thank you so much for praying for the right buyer to come and buy the Grand Prix. This is the miracle that I'm waiting on from God. Okay? So, I don't know why I feel so impressed to tell you guys this story right now. So, when Joe and I first got married, it took us a year before we conceived Josh. So the doctor had told us that, you know, after 12 months, come back in, we'll give you tests and stuff to find out who's at fault. And so the 12 months rolled along, and I told Joe, I ain't going nowhere to no doctor because they're not going to do anything to me for me to be able to conceive. I'm just going to take my licking, whatever God's going to give me. If I'm meant to have kids, I'm going to have kids. If I'm not meant to have kids, then I'm not going to have kids. That was my take on it, all right? And I'm not knocking anybody else that tries all this stuff to have a baby. That just wasn't for me. And even 28 years after, you know, my first child, I still don't feel that that would have been right for me. That's just for me. So anyways, I took Joe to my aunt Alma. That's my dad's sister, Cindy's mom. And she was like, what, the midwife, the whatever, the shaman, the herbalist, whatever you want to call her. She was that person in the family, okay? So anyways, Auntie said Joe's to blame, because at first Joe's sister was blaming me. She was like, you're to blame because we come from big breed. I'm like, the hell's that supposed to mean, come from big breed? You know, just because you have a ton of kids don't mean everybody in the family gonna have a ton of kids. And so then my aunt Alma said, Joe's to blame. And I said, why? And she goes, 99% of the time when a woman can't conceive, the man's to blame. I go, okay. I was fine with that because she was blaming Joe. And so she went out into the yard and she plucked a branch, a leaf, a stem, whatever you want to call it, from the aloe vera tree. You guys know it, right? Everybody knows what it looks like, and it has that gel inside that's bitter and blah, blah, blah. So she plucked some of that. She opened up the leaf and got to the green gel, and she did something with flour, you know, like made a capsule or something out of it. She gave it to Joe, and she says, you take this because you're to blame. And this is going to clean everything out of you that's blocking you from getting her pregnant. And you'll see she'll get pregnant in no time at all. 4 days later, I kid you not, I was pregnant. 4 days later, I was pregnant with Josh. And I think I got pregnant like around October 4th or something. And I found out like at the end of October. But I traced, you know, you can trace it back and stuff. So, yeah. I don't know if that's going to bless somebody. You know, if you're watching me and you're trying to conceive a baby, what does it hurt to try it? You know, I call that a miracle. I feel like God intervened in my situation, because that's what a miracle is. God's supernatural intervention into your situation. I didn't have any trouble conceiving any of my other kids after that. Even the baby that I miscarried, I didn't have trouble conceiving. It was just the first baby. All right. But ever since then, Joe keeps aloe vera as a part of his diet. You know, like every 3 months, we'll take one of the leaves and we'll chop it up and blend it in orange juice and drink it, just as a cleanse to clean out your body. So I don't know if that plays a role, you guys. Don't go quoting Barbara and stuff, okay? But I'm just saying, you know, I don't know why that came across my heart, you know, if anybody's, I mean, because most of the people that watch me, they're closer to my age, right? There's a few younger people that watch, but if you're having trouble, hey, what does it hurt? It's not gonna kill you, you know what I mean? So today, my baby girl is going to Kendrick Lamar, the voice of their generation. Colin and Jada has that big concert. This is the first concert that she will ever be attending. I'm so afraid of concerts, you know, crowds and stampedes. And so y'all be praying for her, okay? Hedge of protection around my baby and Colin. And this is why she deferred her jury duty. She picked the week of August 14th to go back and serve their jury duty. So they chose the 17th for her. So she has to call the night before. I hope you guys know that if you defer your jury duty and they give you a date, it doesn't mean you have to go on that date. You can still call the evening before to see if they're going to need you. And a little trick that mommy taught me about jury duty, she says, don't be the first one to call at 5 o'clock, because the idiots call at 5 and they're going to take them first. You wait until 8:30, closer to 9 o'clock to call in. And by then they'll get the group that they need and they'll tell you, no, don't come in. I don't know if that's true, but I've never had to serve jury duty. And sometimes I wish that I would have to serve jury duty, because I would love to be out amongst adults and, you know, sit on a jury and stuff. I just don't want it to be a court that's outside of this city. I don't want to have to go to San Bernardino to do it. But I could drive down to the courthouse here and sit on a jury. But they never picked me. I don't know why. I'm so hurt. Joe is on his cell phone. Don't know what he's doing, playing around. Helen, you know how bad. That's why you're my sister. You know what? I have to call Helen. Let me call Helen right now. It's 2:29 California time. Let me call my sister from another mister, see what she be doing, because she been in and out the hospital. By the way, Julie's in the hospital again. Somebody was asking about Julie. She didn't even get to see me open the gift. Julie, y'all please pray for Julie. Please, please, please pray for Julie. I'm so glad that I've made friends through this here thing, this here YouTube. H-I-J-K-L. Why am I going? H comes before J, right? Let me call my sweet Helen. And Marie, thank you for the sponsorship today. Thank you so much for the gift. I love you guys so much. How's she not gonna answer? Helen, you missing your call. Hi, sweetie pie. I'm vlogging right now and I'm calling you while I'm on camera, and I'm like, how's she not gonna answer? She gonna miss her call. So can I put you on speaker and you can talk to the people at the vlog? Okay, I'm gonna put you on speaker right now and you just tell them something nice. Hit it.
Well, hello everybody out there in TV land. This is Barbara's sister and over here in North Carolina.
Yes.
That's right. I adopted this whole family. If anybody hurts them, me and Petey's coming to see you.
Okay. I got you. Petey's her pit bull, and he's gonna come get you if you guys mess with me, okay? Well, let me go enjoy my conversation with Helen, all right? But so you going with Colin to get a haircut?
Yeah.
You look super fly, though.
Thank you.
All right, but you're coming back though, right?
Yeah, I'm coming back.
Okay.
Because I gotta pack like some sandwiches real quick.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Baby.
Why is this a fight?
Hey, those are not running shoes, mommy. She's going to her first concert. Move from the TV.
Oh my god.
She's going to her first concert. Where again?
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar, but we're telling her to change the shoes. They're cute, but you can't run in those. And they'll step on your toes and stuff. Put on. I know it seems like I didn't get off of this couch today, but I promised you guys I even got up and went to the store. I didn't vlog that because I just ran in to get a hand of banana and ran right back out, jumped in the car. Joe was driving. Came back home and got a lot of stuff done. And here I am on the couch with you guys again. So Jada arrived at the concert at 7:05. She seemed a little bit upset when I called her, but I think it's because they got there a little bit late because the concert starts at 7, and at 7:05 they were barely walking from the parking facilities to the arena. It's at the Staples Center. So I told her, it'll be okay, go have fun, go have fun. Colin's somewhat of a procrastinator. I don't think there's anybody in my household that procrastinates when it comes to arriving on time for stuff. My mom, you know, trained us, you know, to be on time for stuff and to be early for stuff. And then I trained the kids because I was very blessed to get a husband like Joe that in as much as we differ on a lot of things, that's the one thing that we're alike on. We're always on time for stuff or early for stuff, okay? We're never late. We hate when people arrive late. We're that kind of people that will give you the side eye if you come late. We don't believe in the CP time and all these other times that believes in people time, all these time that people make up. We don't believe in that. If the thing says it starts at 8, you best believe I'm leaving home at 4 because I know this is California and the traffic is always crappy and you always have to factor 3 hours traffic. That's just how I do it. If I get over to the stuff early, I just sit in my car and wait or go to a little, you know, cafe or something and let Joe buy a coffee or whatever and sit down and talk. And that's how I do it. I feel more at peace that way because I don't like to be rushing anywhere to get into accidents. But at least they're there. She's going to, you know, settle in and have fun once she gets in there. And let's hope they have a fantastic time, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the Bible story that I shared with you. The reason that I don't want to put any more of the prayer out here, you know, for my friend is because of copyrighted stuff. But if you have my private phone number and you want the prayer, just ask me and I'll send it to you. I can do that, right? So I'm glad you guys enjoyed the prayer from yesterday because that's a very powerful prayer. And if you read it all the way through to the end, you feel so protected and you feel so strong when you're done. You feel like you can accomplish anything at all. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and edit this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the mukbang that I put up with Shanika and the kids. I didn't even go back to check how that's doing today. And I'm just going to keep cranking them out and not check. You know, something will happen at some point. Something will bust. There's a gusher or a geyser or something that's going to bust open for me. And you're going to see when God rains down his blessings from heaven for me because I'm going to stay on it. I'm going to persist. Tracy, pray for this car with me. Pray for the right person to come get this car for the right price. Because I have a lot of people talking to me about this car. They negotiate the price to where they want it. And they never come. I say, okay, when are you going to come? Okay, I'm going to let you know tomorrow, and they never come. What's up with that? What's up with that? I don't understand. I would never call and negotiate something with someone and then they'll come. You know what I have a good mind to do? Go back into Facebook and give the buyer a bad rating. Because you could do that. Just go give a bad rating and go, they make all these appointments and they never come. Don't waste your time with them. You know, I mean, somebody has to be held accountable somewhere, don't you think? Anyways, I know that God is in control of the situation because I've given him control. And that's the only way he'll take control, okay? So don't rock in your rocking chair and say, God is in control. Kumbaya, the Lord. God is... No. He's not in control until you give him control. And you'll know when you've given him complete control because you'll find peace. If you're still not at peace about a situation, then you haven't given him 100% control or you've taken back that control away from him. So check yourself, all right? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Anyways, guys, good night. I'll see you tomorrow night, all right? Remember the thumbs up, remember to comment, and remember to subscribe. Bye.
When the red button is on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys, see, I'm doing it. Ready. He doesn't want to go back on the boat. Splash.
What's the splash?
Yeah.